Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing a Nude by Nature brand, and I picked up some of their gift sets, and the majority of the items here are deluxe sizes, but I thought it would be a perfect way to try out the brand without having to purchase everything in full size. I did get those sets on clearance. I'm going to go through them quickly and then we're going to start with the application. So the first set was on sale for $15. I paid $7.49 for it. Here we get the Radiant Loose Powder Foundation and Mini Flawless Brush. This set I picked up for $5, and in here we get the Perfect Primer, Natural Glow Loose Bronzer, and a limited edition Kabuki brush. This set retailed for $20 and I got it for $5. And in here we get a limited edition compact mirror and a Moisture Shine lipstick. And this last set retailed for $30, but I paid $5 for it as well. And in this set we get a Sheer Glow Color Balm, Sheer Illuminator, and Translucent Loose Finishing Powder. And I also purchased their Flawless Concealer. So now I'm going to zoom you in. I'm gonna moisturize my face and we're gonna go ahead and apply all those products. I zoomed you in so you could see the application better. I moisturized my face and we're going to start with a primer. So this is the primer. It is called a Perfecting Primer. And I used this primer previously also in deluxe size, but it lasted me quite a while and I remember really enjoying it. So it's a white creamy primer. It's very moisturizing. I wanted to mention that I didn't have any products for my eyes and my brows, so I did it prior to the video. So I wanted to see how it feels in the pores. I could still see some of my pores, so it's not a very pore filling primer. It just made everything smoother, and it's not very tacky, maybe a tiny bit, but it feels nice and smooth. Now before going in with all the powders, I am going to apply the concealer, and they have two concealers in their line. They have a stick concealer and a regular one. I picked up the stick one and the shade 01 Ivory, and I'm thinking that maybe it's more of a blemish concealer versus under eye concealer, and it might be too dry under my eyes, but we're going to try it out. So here what it looks like. So I'm probably going to apply it on my finger and then I'm gonna apply it under my eyes. It's a very thick consistency and it is not covering much at all. I still see everything. I'm gonna go directly with the stick. I could still see all the darkness under my eyes. Let me try to cover the blemish here. See how it works for that. I'm gonna let it sit before blending. Dabbing a bit. Trying to apply a bit more product where I really need it. I'm going to let it sit for about 30 seconds. Yeah, it works good as a blemish concealer, but I don't think that it's the best concealer for under the eyes. If you have dark circles under your eyes like I do, this is definitely not the right concealer because I could still see all the darkness. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to put some brightening powder underneath. and hope that it helps a little bit. I'm using Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana. It's all broken and it's almost done, but maybe it's just gonna give us some extra brightness. And I'm going to apply mascara on my lower lashes, and I'm using MAC Upward Lash Mascara. This was a mirror that was included in one of the sets. So now we're going to apply a foundation, and this is a Radiant Loose Powder Foundation in the shade N2 Classic Beige. This is the second to lightest foundation. They actually had a little card there, and the first one was W2 Ivory. So that means that it's a warm toned, and N2 is a classic beige, which is a neutral tone. And then they also have the cooler tones, but it was nice to get the little pamphlet to see all the shades available. Also, the original foundation, the full-size foundation, looks like this, and here's our little deluxe size one. I'm going to put some in the cap, and I'm going to take the mini flawless brush, and this is a very nice powder brush. I'm going to dip it in so we have a nice amount of product here. Let's see if it evens out the skin tone. I'm going to apply some more. So it's definitely giving me some coverage, but I could still see some redness. So let me try building it up a bit more. So first I'm just doing half of my face so we could compare. And with loose powder foundation, it's okay to take your time and build it up. It's such a fine powder that nothing looks powdery, just looks very nice on the face. So half of my face is done, and you could see that it did cover the redness. It's definitely not going to be a full coverage foundation, but from light to medium, maybe even closer to medium when you build it up. Let's go ahead and do the other half of the face. I feel like I did some more coverage on this side, so I'm just going to build it up some more. This could be built up till a medium coverage. The skin is looking very nice. Not cakey at all, not like with the other powders that I used. If you watch my previous video, you will see that I used up a Bare Minerals powder, and it was much more challenging for me to apply the Bare Minerals than this one. For me, Bare Minerals never gave me an even coverage all over my face. It would be a bit patchy in some places. Maybe it was just something with my application, but this one looks much better than the Bare Minerals. Now I'm gonna go in with the translucent loose finishing powder, and this one also has 2 grams because this is the deluxe size. I'm also gonna put some product in the cap. Translucent shade is nice. It's not white, but it's pretty light. And I'm gonna go in with the same brush, and I'm going to apply it. It is looking pretty good. I don't find that it's cakey anywhere. I don't see any patches. I really enjoyed both powders. Now we're going to try the loose bronzer, and it is called Natural Glow Loose Bronzer, and I have it in the shade 01 Bundy Bronze. And it came with a small kabuki brush. I'm gonna swatch the bronzer for you so you could see the shade. Oh, it's a very nice shade. I'm just going to apply some powder on the brush. And let's start applying it. I really like how it bronzed up and warmed up my face. I hope that it's visible. And again, all those powders apply beautifully. Really, really nice. Unfortunately, I don't have a blush from Nude by Nature, so I'm going to use Tarte's Exposed. Now the face is done. There was one item that I did not use, and it was the Sheer Light Illuminator. Let's see what it's all about. I didn't find it to be very illuminating to work as a highlighter. It's definitely nice and smooth, but I'm just wondering how to apply it. What's the right way to apply it? It definitely has some color to it. Well, yeah, it does have some illumination, but it did say apply sheer light illuminator across the skin until the desired glow is achieved. Tap a small amount of the translucent loose finishing powder into the lid using the finishing brush all over the face. So I understood that you could use it maybe as a BB cream, but it has a glow, this illuminator. I'm not sure, but I wanted to see the powders on bare face, just using a moisturizer and a primer. I didn't want to apply anything extra because I just wanted to get the real feel of those powders without any extra products. I do not have a lip liner from Nude by Nature, so I'm going to apply a Rimmel lip liner in rose quartz, and mine is tiny. I almost used it up. First, we're going to try the Sheer Glow Color Balm, and this one is in the shade 03 Pink. That's what it looks like. They have beautiful packaging. Here is the swatch. So it's very sheer because it's a balm. Feels very nice on the lips. If you go with a different lip liner, you could make it look lighter. I think that it is such a forgiving light shade that you could just work around with different lip liners. And even if you use like a light nude, it could look a bit nudier. If you use a coral liner, it could be more of a corally look. This is the balm. It feels very nice on the lips, very moisturizing. And I'm going to remove it, and we're going to try the other lip product. I applied the same lip liner, and now I'm going to apply Moisture Shine lipstick in 03 Dusty Rose. That's what it looks like. I'm going to swatch it underneath the other lipstick. It is definitely much more pigmented than the balm. This lipstick feels amazing. They both feel really nice on the lips. I like the shade as well. Also, it's magnetic. and a very nice bullet. So this is how the finished look turned out. Let's just quickly go over all the products that we've used. So we started with a concealer. I do think that it would work better as a blemish concealer. I can say that I found that it was very drying under the eyes. If you are not struggling with dark circles under your eyes and you're younger and you don't have any wrinkles in this area, maybe you could try it out, but it definitely wasn't a standout product for me at all. Now about the primer, as I mentioned before, I did go through a whole deluxe size previously and I enjoyed it very much. However, if you're looking for something to totally fill in your pores, this is not going to do it. It's gonna fill them in a little bit, but it's not a pore filling primer. But it does make them look a bit smaller and it does make your skin feel really smooth. And now the powder, I really enjoyed it. It did take me a while to build it up to a medium coverage, but once I did, I enjoyed it. It didn't get cakey, it didn't get patchy. It just looks really nice on the skin. Now the translucent loose finishing powder, I also enjoyed very much. It's a very finely milled and it's very nice on the skin as well. Now the bronzer, I really enjoyed it. It warmed up my face really well. I find that all three of those powders are very finely milled and they apply beautifully. The lip balm and the lipsticks are very nice. The balm is definitely more sheer, but they're both moisturizing and they feel very nice. I guess no matter what shade you go with, just know that those lip products really feel nice on the lips. And I enjoyed the brushes as well. I'm not going to talk much about it. Definitely it's a tiny brush and it's a limited edition, so there is not much to discuss here. About this flawless brush, I enjoyed using it a lot. I love how it applied the powder. I love the size of this and this brush feels very nice. Let me check if they carry it in their permanent line. Yeah, they do have it and it's 24 Canadian dollars. It does say that this one is a mini. I guess they're talking about the handle because it's a pretty large brush. So I guess when they say mini, we're talking more about the handle. However, when I'm looking at the picture, the handle also looks on the smaller side. So I'm not sure about that. I just wanted to mention the brush because if you were interested in purchasing this foundation, this brush really works beautifully with it. I love the size and the density. Wayne Goss did a review on this foundation as well, and he also used the translucent powder and the bronzer. So if you'd like to see his application, he is definitely an amazing, talented makeup artist. So you could also go watch his video if you would like some more information. I hope this video was helpful if you are looking into this brand. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Please subscribe if you haven't done so, and I will see you again in my next video.